Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to find out which one is bigger. And make sure to stay until the end of the video where I have a bonus problem that is similar to this one which you guys can try to solve. Alright, so I have 9 to the power of 63 versus 6 to the power of 93. So I'm first going to divide this into two parts. So my first part, 9 to the power of 63, I'm going to simplify this. So 9, this is the same thing as 3 squared. So now I have 3 squared to the power of 63. And on my right hand side, 6, this is the same as 3 times 2. So now I have 3 times 2 to the power of 93. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So 3 to the power of 2 to the power of 63, that's going to equal 3 to the power of 2 times 63. And this is equal to 3 to the power of 126. Now if I have something in the form a times b to the power of c, this is equal to a to the power of c times b to the power of c. So 3 times 2 to the power of 93, that's going to equal 3 to the power of 93 times 2 to the power of 93. Now 126 here, this is the same thing as 95 plus, this is the same thing as 93 plus 33. So now if I have something in the form a to the power of m plus n, this is equal to a to the power of m times a to the power of n. So 3 to the power of 93 plus 33, that's going to equal 3 to the power of 93 times 3 to the power of 33. Now for my right hand side here, I have 3 to the power of 93 times 2 to the power of 93. And as you can see, since both of these have 3 to the power of 93s in them, we can simply cancel these out. So now we are just finding which one is greater between 3 to the power of 33 and 2 to the power of 93. Now, 2 to the power of 93, well, this is greater than 2 to the power of 66, right? And because this is so, I'm going to first use 2 to the power of 66. So we're going to first figure out if 3 to the power of 33 is greater than 2 to the power of 66. So 2 to the power of 66, this is the same as 2 to the power of 2 to the power of 33. Now 2 to the power of 2, that's the same as 4. So I have 4 to the power of 33. And as you can see, now I have 3 to the power of 3 versus 4 to the power of 3. So obviously 4 to the power of 33 is greater, meaning because 2 to the power of 6 is less than 2 to the power of 93, this means that 2 to the power of 93 is much greater than 3 to the power of 33. So in conclusion, 9 to the power of 63 is less than 6 to the power of 93. Alright, so what we're first going to do is we're going to divide this into two parts. So on my left hand side, I have 5 to the power of 4,321, and on my right hand side, I have 4 to the power of 5,321. And we're going to start by simplifying these two. So first off, let's start with 5 to the power of 4,321. So now this is the same thing as 5 to the power of 4,000 times 5 to the power of 321. And 5 to the power of 4,000, this is the same thing as 5 to the power of 4 to the power of 1,000. Now I have this times 5 to the power of 321. And by the way, these two are true because if I have something in the form First off, for 5 to the power of 4,000 times 5 to the power of 321, if I have something in the form a to the power of m plus n, this is equal to a to the power of m times a to the power of n. So in this case, 5 to the power of 4,321, this was the same as 5 to the power of 4,000 plus 321. So that's why I wrote it as 5 to the power of 4,000 times 5 to the power of 321. So now, I could also rewrite this as 5 squared times 5 squared, because 5 to the power of 4 is the same as 5 squared times 5 squared, to the power of 1,000 times 5 to the power of 321. Now 5 squared times 5 squared, that's going to be 25 times 25, which is equal to 625. So I have 625 to the power of 1,000 times 5 to the power of 321. Now 625 to the power of 1,000, this is the same thing as 625 to the power of 321 times 625 to the power of 679. And then I still have my 5 to the power of 321 at the end. And then now, I can, because both of these have the same exponents, both of these have 321, I can rewrite this as 625 times 5 to the power of 321 times 625 to the power of 679. Now 625 times 5, this is equal to 3,125. We have this to the power of 321 times 625 to the power of 679. So now that we've worked this part, let's go ahead and do this part. So let me, this. So I have 4 to the power of 5,321. Now this is the same thing as 4 to the power of 5,000 times 4 to the power of 321. And now 4 to the power of 5,000 we could write as 4 to the power of 5 to the power of 1,000. We have this times 4 to the power of 321. Now 4 to the power of 5 we could rewrite as 4 squared times 4 squared times 4 to the power of 1,000 times 4 to the power of 321. Now this, in the parentheses, this would equal 1,024 to the power of 1,000 times 4 to the power of 321. And now this is equal to 1,024 to the power of 321 times 1,024 to the power of 679 times 4 to the power of 321. And now because these two have the same exponents, we could do 1,024 times 4 to the power of 321 times 1,024 to the power of 679. Now 1,024 times 4 is equal to 4,096, so I have 4,096 to the power of 321 times 1,024 to the power of 679. And now, as you can see, on my left-hand side, we have 3,125 to the power of 321 times 625 to the power of 679. And then on my right-hand side, I have 4,096 to the power of 321 times 1,024 to the power of 679. Now, if you compare them, you could see that our right-hand side is much larger. We have 4,996 to the power of 321 versus 3,125 to the power of 321. And we also have 1,024 to the power of 679 versus 625 to the power of 679. So my right-hand side is going to be greater.